Is state chart diagram and functional model presented by Anuja or APCSC, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. State chart diagram. A state diagram is used to represent the condition of the system or part of the system at finite instance of time. It is a behavioral diagram and it represents the behavior using finite state transition. State diagram are also referred to as state machine and state chart diagram. Uses of state chart diagram. We use it to state the event responsible for change in a state. We use it to model the dynamic behavior of the system, to understand the reaction of object classes to internal or external stimuli. First, let us understand what are behavior diagram. And also the basic components of state chart. Initial state, we use the black field circle represent the initial state of the system or a case or a class. Transition, we use a solid arrow to represent the transition or change of control from one state to another. Then state, we use a rounded rectangle to represent the state. A state represents the coordinators of circumstance of an object of the class at an of a class. Then we use the rounded solid rectangle bar represent within incoming arrow from the parent state and outgoing arrow toward newly created state. Then join, we use rounded solid rectangular bar to represent a join notation with incoming arrow from the joining state and outgoing arrows toward the common goal. Functional model. The object model, dynamic model and the functional model are the complementary to each other for a complete object-oriented analysis. Object modeling develops the static structure of the software system in terms of object. Thus, it shows the doors of the system. The dynamic modeling develops the temporal behavior of the object in response to external event. It shows the sequence of operations performed on the object. The functional model gives an overview of what the system should do. Functional model and object model. The four main part of the functional model in terms of object models are: first one is process. Process implies the methods of object that need to be implemented. Then actors. Actors are the object in the object model. Then data store. These are either object in the object model or attributes of the object. Data flow. The data flow from the actor represent operations on our object. It also used to store represent queries or updates. Then functional model and dynamic model. The dynamic model state when the operators are performed, while the functional model states how they are performed and which arguments are needed. As actor or active object, the dynamic model has to specify when it acts. And also the data are stored are passive object and they only respond to update the queries. The dynamic model need not specify when they act. Object model and dynamic model. The dynamic model shows the status of the object and the operations performed on the occurrence of events and the subsequent changes in a state. The state of the object as a result of the changes are shown into the object model. Thank you.